Cecil ni Obodai Wentum ono ye communications manager Emma Ghana Highways Authority. Yene no any nkomo. Cecil akwaba na pom to saying.
Oh, let me attempt to put my voting fee.
No.
Or
Yeah, that's a good attempt. That's a good attempt.
okay.
Yeah. Nah. Yeah, share videos. One of our listeners sending in videos of media no from the West Hills Mall area, eba close to Kaneshi. Now her media na instead say you bet dono, o ma tweja tum no motion nti aye why you tuntum ne ade menim bibi amo na wa sanction ana. Is it something the highways are sanction?
Obi, let me use this opportunity to also to thank you for calling our attention to this. Now, Minda will producer in Kwasi. I hope I got it right.
Yes.
For calling my attention to this, I would speak with authority that Yanin Hushi. There is no way we can function an activity like this. Because as part of our routine maintenance program, we do grass cutting. So we would rather prefer a grass will grow and then we cut it. So why would we approach it in a very dangerous way like this to say we will set fire? But a number of times I've had opportunity I think I have attempted to extend what we want to call a helping hand from the various municipal, district, and local authorities to help us to do this. All these places are you will agree with me, sir. We have some local authorities around.
Yes.
And it is expected, sir. They will even pick up early warning signals when people attempt to do some of these things. And then they deal with them. Because at the district level, there's DISEC. At the district level, DISEC comprises of all the various security apparatus. You understand? So it is expected, sir. Early warning signals are picked when people start some of these things, and then we arrest them. Because it raises a lot of road safety concerns. Obi, if you would agree with me.
Yeah, I do. I do.
So it is actually terrible on the N1. If you have observed, it's terrible on the N1. And you get to certain portions or certain places, and then you realize that there are spots of these fires. But this is also not the best time. We have just come out of the Hamatan. The weather is so dry, and I would even be surprised or wonder why somebody would decide that they would want to embark on an adventure like that.
Yeah, but my point is, once you've told us that terrible on the N1, and I meaning say it has come to your notice. Ebanisana, what do you do, and what can we do to stop this?
Obi, we all have a collective responsibility as an authority, and I can tell you that in fact, we'll produce of FEMA. I was actually on my way to the office from a meeting. I had to stop to make some quick checks. Only for me to be told, say, it is true, we have picked up some of these reports. But, all our engineers cannot be at these places, or our maintenance engineers cannot be at all these places at any time. But you can't even find the people who are behind these things. But I think we now have to empower the citizenry to be vigilant. And I'm using the word vigilante in the sense that if you realize that what this person is doing is not right, report the person or even expect citizens arrest. If I'm driving on the motorway or I'm driving on any part of our road and I come across such an exercise, I will stop as a citizen and I would inquire what is going on. A few times, I don't want to mention names, but meaning almost driving on one way, some digging of trenches happening on some part of our stretches, they will stop and inquire what is going on. It turns out that sometimes it is national security. They are going to plant some of their security cameras. But in all of these exercises, EMRA, or how do you say, the law requires that you go through certain processes. So you are giving permits, you are giving clearance that you can do some of these things. But look at what happens. Sometimes you are driving. I drive on some of our stretches, and I realize that they have dug a whole stretch. You find out before you the telcos are laying pipes. I'm sure you have seen all of these things.
Yes, I do. But Cecil, me patrol. The other thing they say, it is for more as an authority, the Ghana Highways Authority, apart from supervising for some of these highways to be built, we are maintenance of the highways, including the median near is it still in your hands?
It is part. That's why I mentioned earlier that as part of our routine maintenance programs, we embark on sometimes desilting of drains, cutting grass, and a number of other activities that we do. It's within our jurisdiction. It's within
because it's looking as if this subculture of burning the grass in the median, as about to stay because all over the place. And I mean this story need too, Jano. People are sending messages from motorway, from the same thing. In this any sanction that it will be a shock. Say a coordinated baby.
So how do you say? I agree with you.
Yes.
Help me to express myself now.
We
are about that. But I am also saying that we work collectively as people, institutions, mandated. If I am not at a particular place that something like that is happening, I also expect that other institutions mandated to carry out their duties will do it. So, for instance, if the policeman happens to be around and the policeman realizes that this is going on, I expect the policeman to effect arrest because he has the power and authority to effect arrest.
But how would a policeman know, sir, this is not a sanctioned activity?
Good. If, like I indicated to you, if I am driving, but, okay, to answer your question, that also requires that we step up our education and engage all the stakeholders to know. But it is something that we have been doing. And this interview with me is one of such education that I am sending out for people to know. So there are certain activities that DHSA will never sanction. There is no way that DHSA ever can we should go and burn, the bushes within the median to make, to clear the place for feasibility. No, it won't happen. So I'm saying this for people to know that if such activities are going on, it is not sanctioned by GSA. We must all be vigilant in our rights.
But the other way to look at it, Cecil, and say, if I live in an area, na me who say median no efu, na say omu e was say babe do ema me doy.
Yeah.
That would attract people to set these fires up in this area just to clear the weed. And see, from moment end, how regular do you cut the grass in the median? And the last time in Palm,
okay, so I can discuss immediately with you the schedules across the country. But on our major transit roads, I know our road area managers, our maintenance managers, when we realize that grass is grown to a certain point, they give it out for what we call the single man contract. And we engage the local people and then we cut the grass and then processes are triggered for payments to be done. Until we assure that if you are followed, realize that sometimes when you travel on some of those major translates, realize that the exercise will start to a point, it ends, and then when it goes, especially during the rainy season, what you say that makes but around this time that the weather is dry, you hardly find some of these things. But the danger, you and he said, a channel is a body community.
Yeah, but I think seriously, the cutting of the grass they are not checking because I offer Medina stretch the so called Adenta or Yarefana. Etimi fu ankasa or the other side of the road, the other side, you know. And that's a source of worry. And even when you award these things on contractor, how the grass cutting is done.
It's done, okay.
You're like, because this is in at the heart of the city. The end mean far mowers be near there, no man in your face. Come near there. What can we do about that? My final question would be, would be, say, do we even need the median in the first place if we cannot maintain them well?
Okay. Well, I think the engineers will provide best answers to what I've just told you, but I think globally, everywhere you go, and all the say what to call, you know, sir, the median and then the road reservation are left for sometimes expansion purposes.
Absolutely.
So whether we do it or not, I can tell you, sir, the engineers will best answer it. If it gets to a point and the median requires that remodeling is considered or redesign, what is considered. In certain places, I know BRT systems work or medium. So we have traveled to London, UK, to other parts. You realize that you have the tram system that goes through the medium. You understand?
Yes.
So if that place is kept and reserved as an infrastructure to accommodate, progress as far as this mode of transport is concerned, I don't see the reason why we will just discount it and say that we don't need it. We need it for future expansion, and we need it to develop our road infrastructure.
Very well. And you have the quality of the carton, no? What do you demand from the contract?
Well, I also agree with you to a point there. If the quality of carton is not good, then we must put in place improvement mechanisms to ensure that it is done well.
Oh, okay.
And then we get value for money.
So my nasi, you better say the why?
Any moi would the Mayan or Ghana highway. I'm polishing my dialect. Then where at our proper time I will tell you and then maybe I will speak.
Very well. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Cecil Wentum, in charge of public affairs at the Ghana Highways Authority, and I'm